So I decided to make a vlog because I'm literally too lazy to like type out exactly what happened yesterday. So basically, I'm just gonna start from the very beginning. My parents bought my sister Brittany and I tickets to see Paul McCartney as a surprise. Just because they know that we both really love him very much in the Beatles, and they just did it for fun. And I cried, and I was very happy, and I cried, and I cried, and I would like think about it. I'd be like, I'm seeing Paul McCartney, I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna cry. And so the day comes, my sister and I leave to go to San Francisco. We leave at like 2. It starts at 8. Um, yeah. So we leave at 2. It only takes about like 3 hours to get there on really, really good time. 4 with like a little bit of traffic. So we're in the car. We go to In-N-Out like we always do if we go somewhere. We eat, like we go inside. We don't go through the drive-through. And we're like, wow, we have like an hour and a half. Like, we were making really good time. And it was really weird. We're like, wow, this is great. Like, should we go somewhere else in San Francisco and do something? Well, that's how good we thought it was. And then we go to this place called Vallejo, which is right before San Francisco. And we get to Berkeley, and that's right before it too. And we get stuck in traffic, and we're like, okay, well, this was going to happen. Like, okay. And it doesn't end. Basically, we're right here. The Bay Bridge is the other bridge to San Francisco, apart from the Golden Gate. And it's like over here. And we're like looking at the bridge and we're like, are those cars moving? They fucking weren't. We spent 3 hours on that fucking bridge that is like only 4 miles long. Or no, like to get to San Francisco, like from this point, then we actually got on the bridge and then we're there for like 3 hours. 4 miles. But it's a long bridge, but it like would only take us like a few minutes to get all the way to San Francisco. And we spent 3 hours in the car. I cried because I thought we were gonna be late. I'm like having a shit fit. My phone isn't on, so I can't text anyone and ask if there's an opener. And I still don't know. So I'm crying. I'm like, I'm gonna miss Paul McCartney, and I was so upset. And finally, we get into San Francisco. We're like, okay, it's like fucking 9. Let's go. And it was at Candlestick Park, which is basically a stadium that's getting torn down, and that was where the Beatles last played their show together, apart from on top of Abbey Studios, I believe, when they did the rooftop concert, kind of. But this was their last concert, like legitimately. And so this is his last time there. It's the last concert ever going to be played there because they're tearing it down. And we get into the parking lot. It took us like 2 hours. Like, okay, I'm pretty sure it was like 10:30, and we finally park, and the guy like gives us free parking. It was gonna be $40 parking, and so we park, and like literally this entire time we're like waiting, like we can hear him playing, and we're like crying. I'm like, Brittany, please let me get out of the car. Please let me go run and go up there. And she's like, I don't know if I'm gonna park in time. I might lose you. Your phone's not on. I'm like, our tickets are Rose, and it's like you'll find me. And she just didn't want to risk it, and I didn't really want to risk it either. But so I had to wait in the car with her. And there's some weirdos in San Francisco, like really scary people. And just because there's this guy like running around, he's like selling jokes for 25 cents. And he like hits the window. I'm like, I live in a small town. This is scary. And so basically, we park and we book it. We fucking run. Like, it's probably half a mile away. We fucking ran. And I have not exercised all summer. I wish I was joking. And I, like, had to walk. My sister's, like, yelling at me. I'm like, I can't do it. And, like, my chest still hurts, like, from running that hard. And, like, our fucking seats are on the very top of the stadium. So we're, like, running and running and running and running. And we get there and we get to the beginning of Hey Jude, and we just like we're looking at each other. We're like, it's not over. And we ask people behind us. We're like, has the encore gone? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh my god, thank God. Like, and we got to see him play. And like Brittany and I are freaking out. I'm like crying. I'm like so happy. He played everything that was wonderful. Oh my god. And then he ended it with the end, which is it's like it's us. He went from Golden Slumbers to Carry That Weight to the end, and that was the last thing he did. He had like 4 encores. Like, he's funny. Like my sister. Okay, so after the first encore, my sister's like, "Okay, it's over. We're gonna go." And I'm like, "Are you sure?" And I went and bought this shirt. This is him with his beard. and it's $40 fucking. And so I'm like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, I'm sure. And so we go, and I hear him slowly playing, like, Yesterday. I'm like, I'm gonna kill you. And so we, like, run back up, and he's playing Yesterday, and, like, and then my sister's like, okay, it's done. And I'm like, no, we need to wait. Then he did another one. Then she's like, okay, now it's done. I'm like, no, we need to wait. Then there was another one. And it was wonderful. He's so funny. He's so funny. Oh my god. He's such a performer. There were so many fireworks. It was wonderful. I was gonna cry. And oh my god, it was just so good. But getting out wasn't that bad. I saw a raccoon just hanging out. Like, I see raccoons where I live all the time, but they're fucking wild. They're not like, yeah, I'm just walking across the road right here with a car about 2 feet away from me. I'm just like, this fucking Rocky raccoon needs to get away from me. And yeah, so that's how it went. I was like 2 hours late. It sucked. But actually, apparently what happened was the reason why it took so long is because apparently someone set their car on fire because they were mad. So that completely fucked everything up. Like, all these people that were on that bridge getting there, like, I know a lot of them were going there because there would be people passing us. They'd be playing the Beatles. Like, it's gonna be a good story to tell my children one day. Be like, oh yeah, I completely booked it, and I cried and I cried and I ran to see Paul McCartney, and I did, and it's just like, just how it went. Okay, but it was worth it. So yeah.